Hello, this is your computer science class, and today I am going to explain computer network part 1. In this class, we will discuss what is a network, advantages of networking, transmission media, networking devices. So, what is a network? A computer network is a collection of interconnected computers and other devices which are able to communicate with each other and share hardware and software resources. In this context, the term interconnected means that there exists a path through which data can be transmitted from one computer or device to another. Advantages of networking. Why do we have computer networks? Are there any advantages of network computers over standalone computers? Yes, there are many. A few of these advantages are resource sharing, cost saving, collaborative user interaction, time sharing, and increased storage. So, what is resource sharing? In a network computer lab, when print command is given on one computer, the document may be printed by the printer which is attached to some other computer. This printer is able to print documents from multiple users on the network. It means that the printer is being shared by more than one user. This is an example of resource sharing, and this is possible only when the computers are interconnected to form a network. Similarly, other resources like hard disk, DVD drive, and scanner, etc., can also be shared on a computer network. Software resources like application softwares, antivirus tools, etc., can also be shared on computer networks. We can carry easily conclude that this resource sharing also lead to cost saving. Collaborate user interaction. Let us take one more example of a school. Here we assume that all computers in the school are connected to one main computer. The main computer is called a server. After the exam, teacher have to exchange marks with each other for result preparation. So, all the teachers enter the marks class-wise for their respective subject at one centralized location, and from there the class teachers can copy the marks of their classes and can prepare the result. This way, data is shared on a computer network. Similar is the case with other computerized organization. Also, let us take another example of collaborative user interaction. If we are working on a computer which is a part of a computer network, we can communicate with any other user of the network through email or chatting. It takes negligible time to send and receive messages and watch live videos of one another irrespective of distances. If the email or chatting is done for some useful purpose, it leads to increased productivity, cost saving, as well as time saving. Increased storage. On a network, same data may be replicated on multiple computers to ensure the availability of data in the case of some computer getting faulty. For example, when you save your Java application on your computer, you can also store their copies on some other network computer in your lab. This way, your work will be available even if your computer develops some fault or somehow your programs are deleted from your computer. Similarly, on large networks, also the data is replicated on multiple computers, as if a huge storage area is available to store multiple copies of the data. All these advantages are there for a small organization like a school as well as for big business organization and for governments. Today, small as well as big organizations and governments keep their data on secured large scale computers called servers. They share this data with authorized users. This ensures security. Customer care cell of companies share the resources and data, and they also communicate among themselves as well as with customers with the help of computer networks only. Networking hardware. To form a computer network, a lot of hardware devices are required. Some of these devices, along with their functionalities, are mentioned in the next part of this presentation. First, transmission media. Computers on a network are able to share data and other resources. They are also able to communicate among themselves. To make all this possible, there must be some medium over which the data can travel from one computer to another. A medium of data transmission over a computer network is called a channel or a transmission medium. Channels may be guided means wired or unguided means wireless. So, wired media, a number of various types of cables are used to transfer data over computer networks. These are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and optical fiber cable. First, so what is twisted pair cable? This is probably the most widely used cable for creating small computer networks. It contains four twisted pairs covered in an outer shield. These pairs are color coded. An RJ45 connector is used to connect this cable to a computer. Second is coaxial cable or coax. A coaxial cable consists of two conductors that share a common axis. The inner conductor is a straight wire and the other conductor is a shield that might be braided or a foil. Some characteristics of coaxial cable. It can carry data for a larger distance, about 185 meters to 500 meters at a stretch. Less susceptible to electromagnetic fields. Bulkier and less flexible than twisted pair. Due to its thickness, about 1 centimeter diameter, and less flexibility, it is difficult to install as compared to twisted pair cable. The above diagram, the below diagram shows that the metallic shield is covered with the plastic jacket and the center core dielectric insulator is covered with metallic shield. Optical fiber cable. Optical fibers are long, thin strands of glass about the thickness of a human hair. They are arranged in bundles called optical fiber cables and used to transmit data through light signal over long distances. These optical fibers are arranged in bundles of hundreds and thousands and are protected by cables outer covering called jacket. There are some characteristics of optical fiber cable, like it can carry data for a very large distance at a stretch. It not susceptible to electromagnetic field. Specially skilled people are required to install optical fiber cables. Till date, it is the most expensive and the same time the most efficient cable available for computer networks. Now, wireless media. Electromagnetic waves are used for wireless communication over computer networks. Frequencies of waves are measured in hertz, represented as Hz. As the frequency of electromagnetic waves change, their properties also change. Based on their frequency, electromagnetic waves are categorized into various categories. These categories are radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiations, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-rays, and gamma rays. So, what is radio waves? Radio waves have a frequency range of 3 kHz to 3 GHz. Radio waves are used for communication over distances ranging from a few meters. In walkie-talkies use होता है up to covering an entire city. These waves are easy to generate, can travel long distances and can penetrate building easily. That's why they are widely used for communication, both indoors and outdoors. Cordless phone, AM and FM radio broadcast, garage door openers, etc. are examples of radio wave transmission. There are some characteristics of radio wave transmission. First, these waves are omnidirectional, so the transmitting and receiving antennas need not be aligned. Second, relatively inexpensive than wired media. Third, the transmission can be interfered by motors or other electrical equipments. It offers ease of communication over difficult terrain. Less secure mode of transmission. Microwaves. Microwaves have a frequency range of 300 MHz to 300 GHz. This range has some overlapping portion with radio wave, as there is no clear-cut demarcation between radio waves and microwaves. Microwaves travel in straight line and cannot penetrate any solid object. Therefore, for long distance microwave communication, high towers are built and microwave antennas are put on their tops. Some characteristics of microwave transmission: free from land acquisition rights, relatively inexpensive than wired media. Third, offer ease of communication over difficult terrain. Next, the transmission is in straight line. So, the transmitting and receiving antennas need to be properly aligned. Line of transmission. Next, infrared waves. Infrared waves have a frequency range of 300 GHz to 400 THz. If you recall Webb-Cure spectrum of light, you will also recall that red light has the lowest frequency in this spectrum. Infrared waves are so called because they have a frequency range of just less than that of red light. These waves are used for short range communication approx 5 meter in a variety of wireless communication, monitoring and control applications, home entertainment, remote control devices, cordless mouse, and intrusion detectors are some of the devices that utilize infrared communication. The characteristics of infrared waves transmission. It is a line of straight side transmission. Therefore, information passed to one device is not leaked to another device. No government license is required for their use. It is a line of sight transmission, therefore, at a time only two devices can communicate. The waves do not cross any solid object in between. Performance drop with longer distances. Bluetooth. Bluetooth technology uses radio waves in the frequency range of 2.402 GHz to 2.480 GHz. This technology is used for short range communication approx 10 meter in a variety of devices for wireless communication. Baby monitors, door openers, and cell phones are some of the devices that utilize Bluetooth communication. Characteristics of Bluetooth transmission. Line of sight between communicating devices is not required. Bluetooth can connect up to 8 devices simultaneously. Slow data transfer rate up to only 1 Mbps. Satellite link. Satellite links are used for every long distance wireless communication which may range from intercity to intercontinental. Transmission from the earth to a satellite is known as uplink. Transmission from a satellite to the earth is known as downlink. There are multiple microwave frequency bands which are used for satellite links. Frequency used for uplink varies from 1.6 GHz to 30.0 GHz, and that for downlink varies from 1.5 GHz. Characteristics of transmission using satellite link. Satellites cover large area of earth. Since communication over very long distances is possible, this becomes a commercially attractive option. This system is expensive and require legal permission too. Network devices. Other than the transmission media, many other devices are required to form computer networks. Some of these devices are discussed in the next part of this presentation. NIC. Any computer which has to be a part of computer network must have an NIC. NIC stand for Network Interface Card or unit installed in it. A computer communicate with other computer on a network with the help of an NIC only. Nowadays, in most of the PCs and the laptops, NIC is an integral part of the motherboard. Hub. The first picture shows the NIC and the second picture of is a hub. Hub is a device that allows us to connect multiple computers or devices together in a network. A hub has ports into which the cables from individual computers NIC are inserted. This way, each computer's NIC is connected to hub and hence all the computers are connected together. Whenever a computer has to send some information to some other computer, the information is sent by the NIC to the hub. Then the hub retransmits this information to the other computers attached to it. The computers for which the information is intended receives this information and accepts it. Other computers on the network simply reject this information. What is switch? A switch is an intelligent hub. It looks exactly like a hub. It has the same function as that of a hub to connect multiple computer devices in a network, but the difference between the two is in the way they retransmit the received information. Unlike a hub, instead of broadcasting the received information, a switch sends the information selectively only to those computers for which it is intended. This makes a switch more efficient than a hub. Clear? Now, repeater. When the data is transmitted over network for long distances, the data signal gets weak after certain distances. This distance depends on the data transfer range of transmission channel being used and can be from a few meters to a few kilometers. If the signal becomes weak, it cannot reach its destination. Therefore, some devices is required which can re-strengthen the data signal before it gets too weak. Repeater is such a device. A repeater regenerates the received signal and retransmit it to its destination. Gateway. A gateway is a device which is used to connect different types of networks and perform the necessary translation so that the connected network can communicate properly. Okay, that's all for today. So, what we learned: types of networks, transmission media, and the network devices. Okay, bye. Thank you.